Alright, I'm just gonna speed through this because my phone is at 15% and this is my third take, so we're just gonna get right into it, okay? Yeah, so Monday. I remember from last week's vlog, I did say that I really wanted to hone in, do a little bit more studying this week. So I guess Monday was me doing that. After going to the gym, I did go to the gym on Monday. Had a nice little workout. Nothing too memorable from the workout, to be honest. After eating and taking a shower, you know, and getting ready for class, I did have like a few hours before my first class, of the day. I can't talk today. What's going on? Okay, let me slow down. After the gym, after eating and getting dressed up and everything, I actually did some work. Just finished going to the gym, just ate food, took a shower. I feel good, I feel clean. We have a couple hours before class, so I think this is the best time to do some work. Which is unlike me. I usually don't do any type of work before going to class, but I was like, you know what, last week I did say that I wanted to focus more on my work this week, so I guess this is me taking that initiative. I'm very proud of that. Yeah, regular shit, went to class, came back, and then on my way back I actually saw one of my friends. His name is Top. I hadn't seen him in a while. We were supposed to do a sparring session last year before he traveled to go back home, and we just never got to it. But luckily when I came back from school on Monday, I saw Top downstairs, and we were like, you know what, might as well just run a quick session right now, because you know our schedule seems to never align. I was really excited because I've been wanting to get into mixed martial arts or MMA, and I've looked at the gyms here, but they're pretty expensive. I think they're like $200 per month or something like that. Yeah, bro doesn't have the funds right now to be spending $200 on like a hobby or a leisure activity. But when we're up, definitely mixed martial art is something that I've always been interested in. Ever since I was a kid, I've always found like the art of fighting very interesting. I did take karate as a kid, but nigga, that didn't last long, bro. I saw the teacher beat up a little kid and I never went back. That's real shit. Yeah, after the sparring session, I did also come back and do more work. Bro, I was on it on Monday. I'm not gonna lie. I was on that shit. I'm very excited to see that I did that. Came back, did some work on that year-long project that I keep talking about. And yeah, I was very happy that I had a very proactive day. I did what I said. You know, I stuck to my gut and we're practicing that consistency. Tuesday, I went to school regular. You know what I'm saying? I am a full-time student. But the thing about Tuesday that was different is usually so my Tuesday was Wednesdays and Thursdays. I usually have classes throughout the whole day, but I do have large breaks. And this is another thing that I want to talk about. Why is it that unis are so bad at like offering weird times with classes? Like I have like a 3 to 4 hour gap after my first 8 a.m. on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So it's either I come back home and make some food, then go back, which gives me like at least an hour or 2 or 3 to chill at home before I go back. But to go there and back with transit, it's like almost an hour. Yeah, to go there and back, that full trip lasts almost like an hour to 45 minutes. So I'm like, is it worth it to go all the way home to chill for 3 hours? So I usually come back home, but this week Tuesday I decided to just stay my whole time at school and just work on stuff. And Tuesday was actually the first day I actually started editing last week's vlog. Yeah, so it was that Tuesday during that 3 hour gap where I stayed at school. I decided to start working on my vlog, and then I came back, went to the gym, afternoon gym. You know, you can't really hate it. It's a pretty good gym session, especially if you get it like right near sunset. I feel like that's the perfect time for me personally to go to the gym. I feel like I have the most energy and I'm willing to go all out because I know I'm just gonna come back home, you know. And then came back and made miso salmon. I marinated this salmon on Sunday, and then I wanted to cook it on Monday, but pretty busy and I didn't really feel like cooking. So I would give it I feel like I could have made it a bit better, but for my first time I would have just given it like a 7 out of 10. I'm not a very big fan of fish, surprisingly. Me and my mom are this way. I had a conversation with her. Me and my mom aren't the biggest fan of fish, but my sister and my dad really love fish. But yeah, I had some miso salmon. That's what I ate all last week, and it was good. It was like a 7 out of 10. Would I make it again? Maybe. And also I was really enjoy creating this day. I don't know, I just felt mad creative, and I was just making a bunch of short form video as well as also arranging this vlog together, and I was kind of coming up with ideas of how to structure this week out. Wednesday, what a shit show, bro. What a shit show. I think from the night of Tuesday going into Wednesday, that's when this week started to acting up. I'm not gonna lie. Wednesday was a very, very horrible day. Woke up with it was like a slight headache. Like I felt that the headache was there, and it's one of those like migraine headaches where if you move too much, you start to feel it even more. So that's how I woke up on Wednesday, and I woke up also to a message from Discord about the long group project that I keep mentioning.
I woke up to a text saying that the project, well, the part that I was supposed to do, is causing issues with the simulation, so we have to go back to the drawing board. Oh my god, bro, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't want to say the name of the project because I'm a firm believer on showing things once they're done. Hopefully by the end of the semester, I can show you guys the project that I'm working on. But basically on Tuesday, I had sent my files to the rest of my classmates, like for them to run the simulation, and I really thought I got it perfect because I really like worked hard on it on Monday also and on Tuesday, and I sent them a file, like 2 files back to back. And then Wednesday, when I woke up with my headache, I also woke up to a message from the Discord group chat saying that the simulation failed.
The rest of my evening will be pretty open, so that's what we're gonna do today. Productive week.
No, this can't be it. I have a headache and I have to redo this project. Like I have shit to do. I can't just keep working on this project. It's taking up most of my time. Like I still need to study, I still need to edit, I still need to do this. So yeah, I felt very overwhelmed on Wednesday. Like it was a really bad day. I even considered not even going to my class. Like that's how bad of a day it was. Like, and I woke up super early too. I had an afternoon class on Wednesday, so I was like, bro, should I just skip it? I really don't want to go, but I was like, I have to practice what I preach. So I ended up going to the gym, even though I had a headache. Going to the gym, hit the gym. Once I hit the gym, I kind of felt a bit better. My body felt a bit cleaner. I don't know how to explain that. Took a cold shower. That really helped me reset. I ended up deciding not to go to class so I could work on the project.
I'm gonna skip my class today. It's a fairly easy class, so it's not too bad. I'm gonna skip my class today. Now I have the whole day, number one, to work on that project, because we got the error message this morning. I'm gonna work on that project. Hopefully I figure it out, and then also finish editing last week's vlog. I kind of did some of it yesterday night, but I really want to finish it before Thursday, just so I have a clear mind in case any more error messages come up. Yeah, shocker, I'm skipping another class. It is what it is. I don't care.
Because we have a meeting coming up pretty soon, and I'm really trying to get this thing working so we can show at least some progress, you know. After coming from the gym, I made some food, and then I really locked in, worked on the project, and then while I'm working on, if this day couldn't get any worse, I swear to God, the fire alarm goes off. The fire alarm goes off. It's blaring, bro. Wednesday was just a shit show. I'm not gonna lie. Wednesday is supposed to be a calm hump day, you know, transition to the end of the week. But my Wednesday was pretty hectic. I'm not gonna lie. I ended up doing some editing also on YouTube, some YouTube stuff. But luckily, we got an email from our sponsor for our project, and he said that we can push back the day. Our days weren't aligning for when we could meet up with them. We usually do like weekly meetings. They asked us to push it back a little bit. So yes, we do have a little bit more time to work on the project, but at the same time, like I just hate this project. Like it's actually taking so much time. So at least we ended the Wednesday like on a somewhat good note, you know. Thursday got even worse. I'm not gonna lie. We hadn't had crazy weather. We've been in like the positive degrees like all last week. I think the coldest it was like 1 degree or something like that. And then just like that, after Wednesday, Thursday was -14, bro. Usually it's much colder, so I'm not complaining. Usually like around this period we're in like the -20s, but it was -14, bro. And that switched and it started snowing too. Yeah, Wednesday and Thursdays were probably one of the worst days out of this week. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, I messed up. Okay. I messed up. Thursday is when I woke up with a headache. I woke up with a mad headache. It was snowing outside and it was -14. After the shit show we had on Wednesday, bro, I didn't think Thursday would get that much worse, but it did. And because of that, obviously, I made the excuse I didn't want to go to my 8 a.m. because who the hell is going to go to the 8 a.m. with a headache and it's cold outside and it's snowing? So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go. to my 8 a.m. I did go to my other class, my afternoon class. It was just at 8 a.m. Thursday wasn't really a good day. I kind of fell back into my old bad habits and vices a little bit. I'm not proud of myself. I know I should keep consistent even when, things aren't perfect in the day, because you're not gonna always have Bro, I'm telling you, this week has actually been a shit show. I knew recording this would cause issues because my phone is on very low percentage, but I don't know. I think the video just cut midway through. And to be honest, this voiceover is not the best this week because I'm kind of all over the place. I'm mixing days. I fear for future David who has to edit this because there's a lot of things that need to be flipped around. But anyway, regardless, I'm trying to finish this ASAP because, like I said, my phone is on 5%. I don't want to re-record this. This is the third take. I'm gonna get right through this. Thursday, shit show. Negative 14 degrees. Nobody wants to go to school on negative 14 degrees. That's why I didn't go. Fuck it. I'm not going. And I also woke up with a headache. That's another reason why I'm not going. No. I did work a lot on Thursday on last week's vlog, so I'm very happy about that. I did a lot of editing. It took like 3 hours almost of editing. Like that whole morning I took to edit. After getting that error message, it kind of fucked up my whole week after Wednesday, and so Thursday wasn't a good day either. I was kind of down in my dumps. Like I said, I fell back into my old vices and habits that I was trying to break. I started feeling overwhelmed because while I was editing the vlog, like I'm editing. I'm not used to editing such long form content, especially like I think my last vlog was like 12 minutes. It doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're actually having to like cut and edit and add this and add that, it can take a while for you to edit. And so while I was editing, I started feeling overwhelmed. I'm like, bro, will I be able to actually do this whole project thing that I want to do of like documenting my life if the editing is gonna take this much of my time and I'm working on this year-long project too? Like, bro, my nigga, like, I'm not gonna lie, Thursday really had me feeling like overwhelmed. But after editing for a bit, I just had to like calm myself down and remember, like, stop thinking about what I need to do in the future because it hasn't happened, and just focus on what I need to do today. And I think that method of thinking ended up giving me enough energy to still go to class, So I still went to my class. I was gonna skip another day of class, but I was like, yo, might as well just go to class, That thinking of I just need to do my best for today, think about tomorrow because it's not tomorrow yet, really helped me like get my shit together. Thursday night after coming back from class is the first time I actually finished my first vlog officially. Watched the whole thing back. I was very excited to put it out. First form of long form content. I'm still figuring out my style a bit. I don't think I have a discernible style right now. I'm just doing whatever feels the best to me and is the best way to carry whatever my week or story along. But I'm hoping to slowly curate my own style through these vlogs. Friday, woke up to construction. I swear to God, the construction outside. I think I'm a pretty heavy sleeper, you know what I'm saying? As of recent years, with stress and thinking about this and thinking about that, you probably can discern by now I'm a very big overthinker when it comes to certain stuff, and has made me very, but oh my God, whatever. All that to say that fucking construction woke me up on Friday when it's supposed to be a calm, nice day. Anyway, I wasn't too mad about that because the way I ended my Thursday was pretty good. I ended up going to class. I ended up going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I ended up working on my YouTube vlog. And so at least I got a few things done. And so it gave me the confidence to be like, okay, I was having a shit past 2 days from Wednesday, but it's turning out not too bad, Bro, I was so distracted, I forgot to pack my climbing stuff. But it feels like a relief. Finally got it out there, I said what I was gonna do and I did it. Went to class on Friday, went to my class. And I had to go to my class on Friday because I like to boulder after class. But the thing about this Friday is I really wanted to work on some labs. We already started our labs. Usually labs start 2 weeks after your first week of school. But these were online labs and I hadn't done them yet, so I was like, you know what, let me just get a head start and actually get these lab done, you know, because it's part of like of a bigger assignment. And so after going to class, I went to the lab, did a bunch of work, hella work, you know. I'm happy about that. And the reason why I couldn't do it on my Mac is because I don't have enough space, especially filming these and making these videos. You need a bunch of space, and so I couldn't download the software to do it on my Mac, and I have to split my disk and do a whole bunch of shit to install the programs that I need. So I just ended up using the computer labs, but I rarely do that. I hate the computer lab just because it has trauma there. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've done hella assignments at that computer lab that have made me wanted to give up on this fucking degree. I ain't gonna lie. Did some work at the computer lab. Went climbing. Had a really good climb. They still haven't put the other levels. There's only A's that are labeled, but there is this black one. I didn't get a video of it because a bunch of people were trying it. Hopefully I can get a video of it next week, but I'm getting very close. I have like 3 holds left before I complete it, so I'm excited to get that officially finished. That's my little climbing project. I came back home and I had a big realization that you can really do whatever you want in life if you want it bad enough and if you're willing to put in the time. I know that seems like a very duh concept. You can really do a lot if you put your mind to it. Like just recently this week, I forgot his name, but he's a famous climber. He climbed some long ass tower, and he does a lot of these free solo crazy climbs. You see, just stuff like that just shows you the extent of like ambition. And if you have enough ambition, if you have enough determination, if you have enough focus to put X amount of time, and those hours of practice aggregates over a certain amount of, like, you can eventually do whatever you set your goals to, whether that's being the best cook in the world, or that's whether being the best actor or best musician, smartest whatever astrologer, or the best neuroscientist. Whatever you desire in life, if you want it and you work hard enough over a period of time and not give up, eventually you will get there. You know what I'm saying? And that feeling came also because after that Thursday, I really didn't feel like doing too much or putting too much effort. It kind of ruined my week. I guess psychologically, I don't know. Psychologically, I kind of was like thinking like everything would be beautiful every week, and that's not the reality of things. Sometimes videos cut out. I don't know if my phone is full of memory right now. I don't know if I'm just chatting to the screen without a recording, but yeah, I think this camera issues kind of summarize how this week went. It was a lot of ups and downs. At least we got to the end of the week, to be honest. I got a call about my glasses. We will be getting our glasses next week, so next week Saturday, expect to see me going to the optometrist to get my lens switched out. And finally Saturday, you know, woke up, it was very snowy outside. I felt well rested, obviously. Saturday, didn't do too much. Worked on the project, the year-long project, so-called. I think we should give it like a code name because I really don't want to say what the project is. I'm gonna say yeah, end of semester project from now on. So EOS. So whenever I say EOS, just think about this long-ass project that I hate to do, that I need to do to graduate. But anyway, worked on the EOS, and then yeah, pretty much relaxed. Just took it easy. Much needed rest on that day because yeah, I've been having a very shitty week. It is what it is. That's how life is. Hopefully next week is gonna be much better. Maybe find some money on the ground. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. Right now, how I'm feeling, still stressed as fuck, you know. I'm kind of still thinking of the future. How am I gonna get editing done? How am I gonna get the project done? How am I gonna keep gymming? How am I also gonna cook? Then there's laundry, you know, just regular people shit. But hey, everyone goes through life, you know what I'm saying? What I want for next week, hopefully it's not as shitty as this week, to be honest. I will take anything for next week. Obviously keep grinding, working, put out my vlog. You know, that's another milestone that I really want to do, is just I really want to have a good cadence with this. Like, I really don't want to miss a week, and find like a good balance of work, leisure activity, like relaxing, and also, you know, and staying away from bad vices. Anything is better than this week for next week, so we're starting at a very low bar, so hopefully it's gonna be a good next week. Fuck it, let's see if we actually record it. Saying it right here, bro. Hold it.